You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need a house. Got my heart no bitch.
You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes. Got it?
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need a house. Got my heart no bitch.
You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need a house. Got my heart no bitch.
You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.
Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to the 2023 Boost Mobile Act Jam, coming to you live today from Stromlo Forest. It is a little bit of a windy Stromlo Forest today. You can see the flags fluttering there off our main camera shot. We are hoping to get riders on the track very shortly. We've watered the track. It is ready to go. We've got a couple of riders that have done test runs. We are just waiting for this wind to die down just a little bit more, and then we'll have some action coming to you live and fast. As we see Clint Reynolds walking across the track there with his bike heading up towards the top. Good selection of riders joining us from all over the world. Guys from the UK, guys from the US, and plenty of guys from around Australia as well. So a traditional act jam with people from all over the world. We've had a couple of tough years with COVID and rain, but we are back and act jamming with a vengeance this year. It is great to see everyone from around the globe, and a big welcome to everyone that is joining this live stream from around the globe too. So first time we are streaming the ACT Jam, and it is a bit of a special one here for us today because we are coming to you from a purpose-built BMX track that has just been opened on Friday officially by the ACT government sports minister, with the president of the FAC BMX Club and co-owner of Backbone, Mr. Tyson Jones-Penny. It was a fantastic little ceremony. A lot of work been going in to get these jumps running. It was a multi-month, actually multi-year process when you look at it. But what we have found ourselves here is a purpose-built BMX track in the Stromlo Forest Bicycle Park, home of a lot of mountain biking, criterion riding, gravel bike riding, but until now no permanent BMX facility. So this track has been built with a little bit of help from the ACT government and the Stromlo Forest organisation, and it is an absolute cracker. So we started construction only a few months ago, finished on Friday, and ready to roll and running hot. It's certainly been the scenes yesterday afternoon with some absolutely bananas riding. We've got a wide selection of quality riders here that'll really light this place up once this wind dies down. Jason Watts, Josh Dove, Clint Reynolds, Ryan Williams, Willie, and the list goes on. Chris Fox. I'm running out of names because there's so many. They're too hard to remember them all. But an absolute talent-packed field of riders will be heading down here today, and we can't wait to bring you those pictures once we get live, which should be happening very shortly. We might just roll through a quick ad from our sponsors just while we wait for the riders, and we'll be back to you very soon. Stay tight. We won't be far off. Looks like the final track inspections. We'll hear from our sponsors and be back with some more coverage very shortly.
My heart, no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, we don't need no house. Got my heart, no bitch.
I seen you been looking after yourself for some time. The walls are shaking.
Here, mate. You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.
My heart, no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit
You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.
Welcome back. We thank you to our sponsors. Obviously, we've had a large amount of support this year, and we can't run an Act Jam without them. Naming rights sponsor Boost Mobile, and first year we've had Boost involved with this major naming rights sponsorship, and it has been great to have them here. They have sent an absolute stacked team of riders that have been doing all of the events over the weekend. Boyd Hilda, Josh Dove, Willie. We've had Brandon Loupos rock up this afternoon as well, and word on the street is he's going to throw down some moves over the jump line as well. So an action-packed, star-studded Boost Mobile team here, and as naming rights sponsors, fantastic to have them on board, and we appreciate all they've done. Of course, we couldn't do this without the other sponsors involved, Vans, Ben Spoke Brewery, Red Bull, and also Backbone BMX, our major sponsors, and we thank them for their continued support. They've been with us now for quite a few years, and always do the BMX industry proud. We like to say support those that support the industry, so please keep them in mind when making your purchases. And if you're feeling a little bit thirsty this afternoon, the Ben Spoke Brewery is a pretty good place to get yourself a nice icy brew. There'll be a few of those going down at the handlebar here up at Stromlo Forest after the jump line event. Did just get word through from our track maintenance team that they're doing a little bit of final watering. The wind looks like it's going to hold down for us, which is nice. They are just going to put a little bit more water down. The track has soaked it up with the wind and the sun being out, so there'll be a few more minutes here of not much happening, but rest assured, once we get this track watered down and ready to go, the riders will be coming through thick and fast. They are absolutely frothing to get out there and make this thing go live. One of the highlights from yesterday, and there were many highlights, but one of the highlights was watching people come through that final step up, hit that final lander, and the look on their faces when they made it through this course was really something to behold. And guys that have got a lot of trail experience taking this line for the first time and being absolutely stoked on it, because this is a big track. We've got a 33-foot long and low heading into the final step up, and that final step up, gosh, I don't know how tall that is, but it looks jolly tall from where I'm sitting, and it is certainly a nice little feature to finish off the track. So it is certainly worth sticking around for those of you that are dialed in and watching with us live. We appreciate your patience, and we will be back with you very shortly. Weather is looking pretty damn good here today, which is nice. We just need this wind to die down a little bit. We've just spoken about the wonderful support of Boost, and on cue, the Boost team manager coming past with a stubby holder. Unfortunately, no stubbies in the stubby holder, but that'll come later, I'm sure. Should also just take this opportunity of a little bit of quiet time to shout our production sponsor, Bar TV. The guys at Bar TV, Australian-based, Newcastle-operated live streaming company. They have been fantastic in their support for Act Jam this year. I spoke with them earlier in the year and said, hey, listen, it's the 10th running of Act Jam this year. It's going to be a pretty special event. There's a purpose-built jump line, and how would you like to be involved in the production? And they were straight onto it and jumped at the chance to bring you the pictures you're seeing here today. So a huge shout-out to Bar TV for all their production support. And for our people manning the studio this afternoon, Rob and Josh back in the studio, thank you very much. And on the cameras, a big shout out to Neil and Daniel as well. You guys are bringing us the pictures we see here today, and it wouldn't happen without you. And thank you very much for your support there. Watering still occurring in the background, which is good to see. If they weren't confident of riding, they wouldn't have the hose out. But it is good to see that being taken across the course. Stromlo Forest sits in the ACT, the Australian Capital Territory. This is the national capital for Australia, home to the city of Canberra. So Canberra being the federal capital of the country, one of the smallest cities in Australia from a capital city point of view, but it produces some pound for pound, some pretty good BMX riders, and has a raft of BMX infrastructure. Been a real hotbed of BMX activity for years now. Plenty of good street and park courses. This purpose-built track only adding to that, and of course home to Backbone BMX, stocking all sorts of BMX products. You name it, they are one of the oldest continually run BMX stores in Australia. You want something BMX, they've got it, or if they don't have it, they'll get it for you. And we send a special thanks out to Riss and Tyson for everything they do for the BMX community, and what they're doing here with ACJAM. It is a credit to them that we have this event, and we love the team at Backbone, and thank you for your efforts in getting us this event. Our camera now just rolling down to the very last step-up area, which I'm happy to report means that I hope the water's gone down across the top end of the track, and we're just about at the tail end, so it's a good-looking sign. This course, built by Rain Turnbull as lead designer, put the course together over the last 6 weeks. It is a mammoth effort to start with effectively a bare patch of ground at the Stromlo Forest Bike Park and turn it into a world-class jump line in the space of only a few weeks. It needed everything to go right to be ready for this event, and the weather played its part. We had some nice dry days where they could move some dirt. Thursday afternoon brought a little bit of wet weather, which really just tamped things down and got the course really packed in and ready to rock. And we kicked things off on Friday with the grand opening, and then the first real running yesterday afternoon. And those of you that dialed into the live stream yesterday afternoon would have seen what went down here. There were tricks aplenty, and there'll be tricks aplenty again very shortly once this track is up and running. Murmurs of the crowd also getting a little bit bigger. We're spoiled for choice at this ACJAM with the Stromlo Forest Park. There is 2 events that we've been able to hold sort of one after the other on the same location, but spread out by a couple of 100 metres. So further down the hill has been a custom-built street park course designed and built by Jason Watts and the Universal Ramps team. And once again, Universal Ramps sponsoring the event for another year. And thank you, Jason and team, for everything you did there. For those of you that haven't seen what goes down at an ACJAM before, it usually involves Jason getting a very limited time frame to put together a course that would otherwise take weeks, but usually getting built in a matter of hours. And construction started on Thursday afternoon, and by Saturday morning we were riding a fantastic course. I was going to say a fantastic little course, but it's not that little. Plenty of features, massive rail, hitching post with a hitching post jam that went down this afternoon. Yesterday we saw the curved wall ride with plenty of action on the curved wall ride as well. So been lovely for the fans to be able to wander both up and down the hill to take in the street course, and then wander up and take in the jump line. The good news for those that have been monitoring the flags in the background has been that the flags are getting a little bit less. Which is a fantastic thing. The wind dropping down a little bit. Big cheer out to our right-hand side as B-Dog got the crowd to raise their arms for a photo. B-Dog, Brendan Bowick, has been behind the camera now for many years, and once again providing some absolutely crackerjack still coverage of ACJAM. We won't see many of those photos until he has a chance to put them through his post-production, but rest assured they'll be out on the Backbone website in the next few weeks, and they will be spectacular. We kick things off on Friday with a jam at the Belconnen Bowl, moved over to the box jumps, and then finished off on the rail section. And I can tell you, I saw what B-Dog was doing there with the camera, and we're going to get some really fantastic shots out of that. And keep your eye open for a video edit too. Boost Mobile have been fantastic in having one of their filmers out doing some coverage, and he's been taking some great stuff too. So as well as this live stream coverage, you'll have some post viewing in what's gone on outside of this dirt jump event as well through the Boost Mobile video that's being put together. So shout out to Boost and to Sean for your great work there in putting those visuals together for us. We continue to tread water here, but hopefully not for much longer. The sun coming out again. We had a thunderstorm roll here through last night. Those of you watching the live stream would have heard us wrap things up pretty quickly as we looked at the radar and realised there was a dirty big thunderstorm coming over the top of us. It was a lightning show for the ages. We saw plenty of lightning, not a huge amount of rain at the track, which was good. The rain sort of held its way off the track up here and hit other parts of Canberra, but the track itself was saved, and hence is in jolly good nick for today. After the event this evening, it is not over yet. So ACJAM is an absolute marathon, and as we head into the tail end of day 3, there's still plenty more to come after this jump line. We head down to the entertainment facility, the Handlebar, where we'll be tasting some delicious Bent Spoke beers, and thanks again to Bent Spoke Brewing Co. for all their support. We'll be sounding a few of those later as we watch the results of the video contest. So for the first time this year, the ACJAM organising committee have put together a video contest. And can I just say the response from the videographers from around the country was huge. Heaps and heaps of entries for that. With the final 8 being shown live to the crowd down at the Handlebar a little bit later on this afternoon. Positions 8 through 4 will be shown in no particular order, and then we'll see our finalists, positions 1, 2 and 3 shown at the end there, with the winner walking away with $3,000. So that is a massive prize, and from my memory, that is the most that's been offered for an Australian-based video contest. Very rare that the videographers get a chance to get their hand in that sort of prize pool. So we'll be watching with some bated breath as we see what happens there. Full disclosure, I do have a video in that one, so I've got my fingers crossed that maybe I make the top 8, and you never know your luck. Maybe I walk away with $3,000, but hey, as they say, it's all about the fun of making the video. So it's not just about what happens on the night of screening, it's what goes into it, and you can't have a video without a crew, and that's what makes this BMX industry so good. We've got crews from around the country, and they've been putting down plenty of stuff on tape, and looking forward to the mixes we're going to see this afternoon. Entries from Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, Victoria, you name it. We've had videos from all across Australia submitted, and some talented riders that'll get their chance to be shown on the big screen after we finish up here at the Dirt Jumps. Trying to see what's happening up at the top of the run, whether there's any action there. A lot of talking, but good sort of talking. People making all the right moves. Hopefully not too far away from getting things kicked off. Thanks for sticking around with us on the live view. We appreciate your patience. We love an outdoor sport. Get out there in nature, but unfortunately, that can also bring challenges with wind and whatever else. And half an hour ago, the flags were blowing like there's no tomorrow. But as we look across now, happy to report the flags have really died down, and there's just a bit of a gentle breeze with the odd gust coming too. So it won't be all plain sailing for the riders. There will still be a little bit of wind to deal with, but certainly nothing like what we saw half an hour ago. And that is good news, because we really want to see these guys sending these final couple of jumps. The long and low and the step up have been giving us plenty of entertainment. Those of you that dialed into our live stream yesterday would have noticed we've changed one of our camera angles too to hopefully capture a bit more of the jumps coming down the hill from the top there. So hopefully we get some great coverage coming off that as well today. And once again, thank you to Bar TV for their support in getting those cameras together for us and helping us out with the pictures we're seeing. And if you do have a sporting event or you run a sporting league, Bar TV cover just about anything from hockey through to rugby union, rugby league, AFL, soccer, you name it, they'll cover it. And anywhere around Australia. The production studio going into overtime at the moment while they cover the Sheffield Shield cricket, so Bar TV can do it all. And if you're in the market for a subscription live stream broadcast partner, hit up Bar TV. Jolly good blokes to work with. Also challenging the live stream is, of course, the dusty throat for the commentator. The intermediate jumps line is right behind the commentary position, and as the riders go past, the dust is blowing down into my throat. But I'll do my best to keep up and keep things happening for us today. The lovely big line you see in front of you is the pro level track, double diamond Hillfire. We also have a green and a blue line to get the beginner and intermediate riders into the sport as well. So it's not just all about sending it over the big jumps. You've got to start somewhere. And a couple of other lines that will be well utilised by the locals in building up their skills over the coming years. We see the flashes of yellow up on the hill there, the yellow shirts of the Hambone boys based up in Newcastle, and they know how to have a good time as well, and they throw regular jams. It was unfortunately maybe not like today, but wind-wise it was probably the windiest day of the year in Newcastle when they held their jam back in July, which was a bit of a shame. So whilst the riding was a little bit hindered with the wind there, the Hambone crew really did things well, and much fun was had in the after jam event, as is the case with a lot of these BMX events. So fantastic to see the Hambone boys there, not giving us a wave, but they can't hear us, so they'll watch this back and hopefully wave to us on the review. Once he's up on the hill, I'll talk about the kids. Up on the hill, we have a couple of our younger riders. In the grey shirt there is young Jackson Presbury, and the live stream finished yesterday, and about 3 minutes after the live cameras cut, Jackson, who was 11 years old, rolled in and centred down this big line, and Boy, oh boy, did the crowd go mad for that. So young Sasha and Jackson, two 11-year-old, if Sasha may be 12, I'm not sure there, but a couple of young guys on 18-inch bikes sending on this massive line was a sight to behold. So shout out to both Sasha and Jackson. They have the future of BMX, and next to them is that next generation coming through as well. A couple of young rippers who I've been fortunate enough to see at the skate parks during this week, and they may not be ready for this big line just yet, but I reckon in 1 or 2 more years you'll see just about everyone on top of that hill on their bike rolling down this line. It's great to see the future of BMX here and watching and having it go as well. Good thing about ACJAM, it is an all-ages event. There is plenty to do, not just on the big lines like this, but there's lots of action that can be had at the parks around Canberra. I mentioned the infrastructure before in Canberra, and spoilt for choice with numerous parks around the place. Belconnen, Woden, Western, Gungahlin, they're everywhere. It seems you only have to drive about 10 minutes and you find yourself at another world-class park, which is fantastic. Okay, word tells me there are a few riders coming down, so we'll probably have 1 or 2 test riders coming through, followed by the rest. And here we go with our first BMX coming down the hill. Fantastic to see. Thank you for your patience. We are getting back into it now. Bit of a cider run over the long and low. Speaking of Sasha before, the 12-year-old young ripper on the 18-inch wheels, there he is. Straight into it, straight down the hill and sending it large. Coming over now the long and low into the step up. That's where we're going to see a lot of the action today. Just kicking out a little bit there. Coming over now on the with the black shirt and the checkerboard on the back is Carolyn Buchanan. Carolyn Buchanan is a world-class BMX rider, Olympian, followed by Jason Watts, Boyd Hilder and Chris Fox. Oh my gosh. The height on Chris Fox there, and looking as stylish as they come. Whitey down now in the red shirt, followed by Harrison Fuller. Sponsored by Tempered. Backflip there by R. Willie, and a front flip there by R. Willie. So anyone watching this would have heard the name R. Willie, and synonymous with big tricks and big tricks on dirt, and we are absolutely stoked to have him here with us this year at ACJAM. He's going to come over and have a bit of a chat to us later as well. So super stoked to get some time on the microphone with R. Willie. Shane Ellis wearing a shirt today. He's got the Hawaiian shirt on, being followed by Ben Gately, the Perth boys, ripping it up. Blake Prins now, and sending it over in the green shirt, followed by Cody Pollard. Couple of siders there. I don't think we saw Cody ride the big line yesterday. And correct me if I'm wrong, Cody, but a bit of a cider for him, and we will expect to see bigger and bigger from him. Mick Basins backflipped the step up yesterday. A bit of a cider for the first run. Expect to see a backflip from him before the day is out, that's for sure. So we had a flurry of riders there. They've now got to walk back up to the top of the hill. The only problem with a hill line is, of course, the journey back up. But it won't take them long. Before you know it, they'll be shredding it back down again. And here we go. Riders coming into to view again now. Looks like Fabio from WA, who I thought was out injured, but Fab may be back, so good to see him back on the bike. Brandon Loupos there, coming in with the Rockstar helmet on. That is his first run down the hill. Stepped into Canberra around 2 or 3 hours ago, and sending it down for your first run. This is a big, intimidating line, and Brandon doing it with ease there. Fantastic to see him on the bike after a couple of injuries. It's great for him to join us down here at ACJAM. Plenty of height coming down now. Looks like can't make out the first rider, but that is Wilto's shirt. I'm sure of it in the shirt behind. I think this could be Wilto's first run at the line as well. I don't think he rode yesterday. Good to see him sending it large. Crew from S&M just stepping in front of the camera there, Nathan and Joe. Good to see them with the bikes in hand. You can expect to see them having a bit of a run later. Here comes Chris Fox now over the long and low, really pumping that, followed by Jason Watts. What's Chris got for us? A big whip. Jason with the invert 3. Tyson on the track as well. Shane Ellis kicking out the feet. Whitey going over. Well, it just keeps going. Ben Gately now with his shirt off. And away we go. Steady stream of riders coming through now. Good to see. As there's a big case up the hill. A couple of champion female riders coming down. No, Haley and Carolyn looking good on the big wheels. Really sending it. Rain Turnbull there on the heading over the step up, built this track, riding this track. Here comes Willie with the backflip. And the big tie tap. Carl from Melbourne now. No brakes, no worries. Comfortable on the street. Blake Prinz going now. Cody Pollard. J-Dog. So J-Dog on his brand new custom Colony frame. That Zil frame is a cracker. Only 5 of them made, handmade in Australia. And the colour in real life is just spectacular as Harrison Fuller comes down the track now as well. The Colony boys, and thank you to Clint from Colony once again sponsoring this event and also sending down a stacked team of riders too as well. So lovely to see not just J-Dog but all the boys out here having a bit of a run. Mickey Bazan coming down. Speaking of Colony riders, we've got Samuel Grace now with the foot off. Well, whatever was troubling Fab yesterday doesn't look like it's troubling him today. Last rider over there with a nice big kick out, plenty of height. Another Victorian coming down now with the black sleeves. Mo sent a nice big 3 over the step up yesterday. What have we got from him today? Turning the bars for us, looking good. Oh gosh, off to the side there. Not sure who that rider is, but he's okay, which is good to see. And more importantly, our camera kid is good, he's okay as well. No, not more importantly, obviously. Glad the rider is safe. Here comes Josh Dove. What's Josh got for us? Oh, steady as she goes. Just rolls it over with a backflip and a big no-hander. Jason with the feet out. Brandon Loupos still finding his way around. Getting more comfortable with that step up every time down, which is good to see. What's Wildo got for us? Oh, Wildo's got a bit of a case for us. Kicking it out as he goes. Here comes Chris Fox. Plenty of speed into this. Oh, wow, a big whip on that one. As we go left, right, left, right, left with the table there. Here comes Joe Simpson from S&M in the number 87 Guernsey. Joe's joined us from New Zealand, alongside plenty of other S&M boys as well, and we talked about it on yesterday's coverage as Tyson comes over the top there, followed by Brody, who's just made it over. That's his first run on the line. Speaking to Brody yesterday, he was just sizing things up and was keen to give it a go, and good to see him out on the bike there doing it today. But the S&M team, thank you to the crew and Chris Moller in particular for sending the guys over. We've been blessed to have them in the country now for a couple of weeks, and heading back on Tuesday as there's a big front wheel case there. We've had Nate Hallahan, Ari Levinson, Clint Reynolds, Joe, of course, and being joined by the local riders, Johnny McKellar and Jimmer. They've been tearing it up all across the state of New South Wales and Canberra, hitting up trails in Newcastle, out to Young, to Valley View, and a lot of parks and street spots in between, so you can expect some fantastic coverage there. Stu Johnson has been behind the lens for this entire trip. Every time I've seen the man, he's had a camera in hand, so it's going to be some fantastic viewing there as young Sasha, 12 years old, giving us a bit of a bar turn as he goes there at the end. Fantastic to see. Ben Gately now from Western Australia, up and over, giving it a good look. Blake Prinz coming there too. Cody Pollard. What's Cody got for us in the black shirt? Oh, just nice and steady. J-Dog also taking over steady. Willie now with a backflip that I didn't know he was going to land. But with Willie, you know he's going to get there. Just keeping in my heart in my mouth as that goes. The backflip into the 360, which was fantastic to see. Also fantastic to see is another Willie, which is Rhys Williams, who was on commentary with us yesterday and joining us again today. He's a busy man, obviously running the event as Josh Dove goes over the top, followed by Mick Bazan. Oh, Mick with the can there for that one, kicking out to the left. We haven't seen the backflip from him yet, but rest assured that won't be far away. As more riders come down the hill now with us. 1 footer. Here's Brandon Loupos again in the black shirt. What's Brandon doing on the step out? He's going to give us a tuck no-hander. So we've seen a couple of sighting runs from Brandon, and now we're seeing the tricks. So get ready to see how he throws it down with Mo with a big turn of the bars, followed by the 3. Jason Watts now with the shorts on as usual, with a beautiful little 3 table there. Almost like he's got some sort of time machine where he can slow things down and just let it hang. And joining me this afternoon is the wonderful co-owner of Backbone, Rhys. Welcome to the coverage.
Good afternoon, folks. I hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Been a cracking day. A little bit cooler than yesterday. Probably a bit more wind though, which is just starting to drop a bit now. Here goes a couple of New Zealand boys. We've got Matt and Joe Simpson and young, I think that was young Brooksy. So that was the New Zealand train. Here we go.
Now, I did mention Caroline a little bit earlier in the broadcast, Rhys, but being a Canberra local, you'd know a lot more about Caroline's. Whoa, history. Oh, my gosh. That was a very well-caught landing there.
That was a very well-caught landing.
With the baseball slide down the hill. Well done. The crowd appreciating the save on that one.
I think he might need a new set of undies in more ways than one after that. But there's Wilto and Harrison. Harrison Fuller, big 360, might have a little over rotation there. No, he's ridden out of it. Harrison helped with some finishing touches at the end of this week on the jumps. Sorry, you were saying Caroline.
Caroline, tell us a little bit about her history, of course, is pretty fantastic across across racing, mountain biking and freestyle BMX. She's been pretty involved in getting this track up and running as well, and working with the development of youngsters too.
Correct. I mean, don't really know where to start with it all, but I met Caroline when she was about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old. So she's just been a shredder ever since.
Yeah, and oozes style as she comes down the course as well. As Clint Reynolds just passed us by there, I think that's Clint's first run of the day too. So good to see his bike lubed up, ready to go.
This guy, Cal Eggleton, full Mad Dog street rider extraordinaire. Well, looks like turned dirt jumper too.
Well, I've seen a little bit of Mad Dog street riders in Jimmer this week, sending it over trails here, there and everywhere. And talking to him a little bit earlier today, I did say, what's the chances of you getting on this big line this afternoon? I think he was eyeing it off. I'm not saying he's going to or not going to, but it'll be interesting to see whether Jimmer does pull something off for us today.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmer thinks too much before he does stuff. I think he's just one of them dudes that just gets it done, and if it's feeling right, then he'll give it a crack. And
Josh Dove out of line over the shark fin, and he is pushing this run.
Jason Watts. Beautiful 3-turn down there. Big no for count from Dovey.
Yeah, Dovey flying as wide as I've seen anyone around that thing as we get Brandon Loupos coming down now. Kicking out. Yeah, Dovey really pushing it as Chris Fox comes down now. What's Chris got for us? He's pumping. That one hand off the bar, not by choice,
God.
I don't think there, and a big.
That was wild. Chris is actually coming off that shark fin at about 2 or 3 feet back from the top of it. So he's coming back further than everyone. Willie lazy one hand 3 there. Probably Oppo for all I know.
Yeah, I must admit, I only caught it out the side of my thing. I didn't know whether you fronted or backied there or what was happening, but certainly impressive.
Plenty of young riders giving the first 4 jumps a crack, and here we go. Comes a rider coming through here now. He'll pull out there. Fair enough. All right, New Zealand trained young Brooksy, Joe Simpson. Some beautiful style there.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of an Adelaide train here. The Goose and his brother.
And obviously not necessarily set for some of the 1836 boys, but Brandon McFarlane, we saw him rip up the rail at Velco on Friday night. Not on the dirt, unfortunately, but good contingent from Adelaide, which is fantastic to see. The boys support ACJAM every year, and we love having them here.
100%. Here comes young Trey Page, BMX racer out of Penrith in New South Wales, ripping it up.
Right in the way of the camera. And Mo down again. Will he give us another 3? Sorry.
Speaking of Skull and Drinks, big thanks to our sponsor Ben Spoke this weekend. They've been supplying plenty of beverages in this hot heat. Boost Mobile, I see plenty of people taking videos and photos and all sorts of wicked stuff, and Boost Mobile pumping their
The ladies were telling me
data.
last night, no joke, over a beer, like how that was cool. It's been dirty stuff. And you know you can keep your number, right? When you change the
A big backy there from Josh Dove into another backy. And we speak about guys that can slow down time. The style and steez on Josh Dove is amazing there. He seems like he's got that time machine really cranked up there as he just floats through the air, really turning it.
We're going to have a change of commentators.
Fantastic.
Peter McKellar all the way down from the Blue Group.
I thought you were going to say you're getting rid of me.
No.
As Clint Reynolds come over the top there, followed by Jason. And, Pete's been talking up on the PA system down here, but it'd be lovely to get him on the live stream.
Well, let's give it a crack. Let's see if we can get him on.
Sasha there finishing off that train there, 12 years old. I know we keep talking about it, but with good reason, because that kid is really sending it, and this is a big intimidating course. Just off to the side there, Pete was telling us he was chatting with the Boost Mobile team last night, and No dramas. If you want to port your number over to Boost Mobile, if you're with another provider that maybe starts with an O and had some network outages early this week, cough, cough, Optus, maybe now there's time to change to Boost Mobile. I've been with Boost Mobile for about 3 or 4 years, and they run off the full Telstra coverage, which is not just the Telstra retail coverage. This is the full Telstra wholesale coverage. So they'll get you everywhere, even wherever Chris Fox goes, which is real high. Brandon Loupos there with a backie now too.
So good to see him back on the bike. Geez, I can hear myself now. I sound a bit rusty. It was a big night
you're good,
last
Pete.
night
Welcome to the coverage. So Pete has been gracing the microphone for the PA system, covering both down at the street and up here on the trail. So he is dusty because he has been talking his lungs out.
Absolutely.
And maybe partaking in a drink or two in the handlebar as well.
We had to absolutely try, the bespoke product
indeed.
to
Be rude
ensure
not
that
to.
I could sell it with absolute sincerity. And it's a beautiful drop. They've looked after me. Honestly, I think it was all the fun. It's been such a big weekend of shenanigans. That's Joe. A few of the boys make their way through. Wow. Everyone's just had so much fun.
Keep an eye on Cody Pollard here. He looked like he gave a bit of boost to the long and low. Oh, no, not too. He's almost had some time marks on his back there.
That was Connor and Taylor very close at the end. Absolutely perfect weather at the minute too. We haven't got any wind at all. There's no reason why any of these boys aren't going to be able to have a full rip on this at the moment too.
Yeah, well, we were up here a little bit earlier, Pete. You were probably down at the street there, and it would have been as windy down there as it was up here, and it was really blowing not more than about 45 minutes ago. So it is just really tailed off nicely.
Definitely. Oh my God, Norris through again. I can't believe it. He's done it. He's a crowd favourite up on the hill, getting plenty of cheers as he makes.
Well,
his
was that Norris that did the bit of a slide here before he tailed off?
I was running inshore just to come have a look, but he was already up and running his way through, so I thought, holy smokes.
No, I don't think he could have pulled off a better slide down that hill if he tried. That's the experience being.
I think the biggest thing too is what people don't realise is even though you're flowing through the air on what is quite a mellow and long jump, as you hop off the bike, you get a little bit of energy which throws you further again, and you can end up quite low on that transition, and the slide's not very nice down there.
Yeah, and Pete, you had a couple of runs down at Snails, I think, earlier today. Did you think about bringing the bike out up here for the big track?
Look, definitely was on the mind. Working with the boys, absolutely wanted to take my job very seriously, and tried to not get on the bike too much because I do a hell of a lot less talking, and. But no, Snails this morning was a real treat. I got some laps of Briss. He showed me through, gave me a pull through, and the place is absolutely amazing. It's a testament to what BMX Trails and what Backbone and just the community of Canberra do.
Yeah, for
getting
sure.
out there blew me away. I walked in and my eyes popped out of my head. Wow.
Yep. Jason there with a nice little backie in the...
It was a lovely session. There was a good group of dudes there. The stoke was high. A little bit of carnage here and there, as always, as people got a little bit sandy and excited. I could have ridden there all day, but my legs just far out. It's intense, and it's one hell of a ride the whole way from top to bottom.
Yeah, it is. And, heading out there on Thursday and watching some of the S&M boys rip and Boyd Hilda rip, it was a sight to behold. The jumps on Thursday out there looked huge. I thought, geez, these are big jumps, until I came out here on the Friday and... They seem a little bit small now, but...
Yes, I know, on the way through. So good to see him. He was performing well at the bar last night, if I can be honest with you.
I did share a beer or two with Mo, and good to see. I used to live in Victoria and ride with Mo quite regularly at Rampfest and the like. But
you know what, we've just been thrown in here. My name's Pete from Blue
Shane
Group
Pete.
BMX. So sorry. Good to see everyone coming through.
Here
I'm
comes
going to
Brandon
try and
Loupos
catch
in
someone
the,
if they come
you-
through. If we
yep.
can get them on a mic soon.
Go for it. Willie there at the end of this train with a backflip into the one-handed
Yeah,
three.
just holding it in his chest. He's having a really good time. Ran into him on the flight here, and he was saying he was really excited about it.
Chris Fox just coming in behind you there, Pete. Sorry to interrupt. All right, I thought Chris looked like he was eyeing off for something big on the step up, so sorry to jump in there. You
No,
bumped
he
into
got me excited.
Yep.
And he was super excited about it because the jumps being this big means he feels at home.
Yep.
It's crazy to think that this is what he's comfortable with, and it's pretty evident with the tricks he's doing at the moment. I don't even think he's really turned it up yet. So yeah, it was really cool to see, and you know what, seeing all the people around, you think he's not fitting in. No way. I've seen so many
this
kids.
guy is as core as they come. Like
Mate, he was in the pit
put the
last
scooter
night.
thing beside. Yeah, that's a side thing, but this guy is core and he can ride a bike.
And I 100% agree. And the sad reality is now scooters they're around a lot, and the biggest thing that I like seeing him out here is he's pretty well selling the. Oh my gosh, that was not a nice one. Yeah, he's selling the conversion. So
Yep.
he's selling that jump across, come across.
Yeah, and a really good
and
bloke.
showing that it's possible.
He's been good enough to come and have a chat with us a little bit later too, Pete. So
Awesome to
I
hear.
said, have yourself a bit of a ride first, because these boys, when they see the lines, they love it, and you don't want to get him off the bike. But he has said he'll come over and have a bit of a chat with us as Pete is just. Eyeing off Chris Fox, I think, and trying to get Chris to come over and say hello to us.
See if I can get someone here on them. Have you got a minute?
And hold on one sec there, Pete. Whilst you get Chris fired up, I'm going to get a mic for Chris to hold on to.
Sweet. Live action, sorry.
Chris can hold that one. You won't be able to hear us necessarily, Chris, but the fans will hear you.
Dude. Chris, so massive week for you leading up to this. You've been hanging out down here for a while. The party lines and the party trains are flowing.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying it, dude?
Man, there's nothing better than this. There's nothing better than this, honestly. This is BMX. This is everything I live for. No stress, no worries, no format, no running order. You're just up there with your dudes and ladies, and everybody's cruising down, having fun, kicking the rear end out, double flips, all of it. All the bases are covered.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, Jace.
Jace, yeah. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Oh, up.
So right there, that's as good as it gets.
Hey,
I don't know if you
real.
got that, but that's as good as it gets right there.
Look, to be honest, Chris, just seeing all the laps and everything, and you coming through here, like I know you got a heavy race background. I raced as well. I loved it. It brought a lot of bike control that people don't learn, because you're riding things that you're not going to ride anywhere else, because tracks are built typically for exactly one thing, and that's racing on. So doing the power push through on the long and low, it is looking freaking. Are you trying to go lower? Is that the goal?
A bit, yeah. It's something I'm kind of playing with. Yeah, my race background, whenever I see jumps like this, you don't really get them often. I mean, I probably haven't hit a jump like this in years, unless I was on a racetrack, but even this has a little bit more steepness. So, yeah, I'm like kind of playing around with it. I scrubbed my hand off one run a second ago and all that, so I know I'm pushing through pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but trying to get a little lower, trying to do something different, have fun, bring the race back onto the trails.
Yeah, there's no harm in that at all, you know what I mean? Like, as a kid that grew up in an era in Queensland where there was no cross, like the freestyle did not hang with the races, and I, as a racer, I hung out at the trails because a lot of the races went to the trails, but the park, I still copped a bit of flack.
Yeah.
I think it's cool as hell to see you bring that style here and enjoying it.
Yeah, thank you, yeah, because I came from Huntington Beach, so we had Sheep Hills and all that, and everybody would show up on their race bikes, and you had like the top pros at the time, race-wise.
Did you guys have jumps at all your local, tracks when you were younger, like quite a while back?
A bit, not all of them, but it was definitely more. It wasn't as rare as it is now, like, because back in the day they had KODs at some of the nationals that I rode and stuff.
Correct.
And then some of the local tracks. One of my local tracks had like a full set. I want to say there was like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And they would actually have dirt jump contests on race nights too. So there's a lot more mixed in, but
I think, look, for me, like seeing someone else, it's the same back home. Like we did see that in Queensland too, Narang, and a lot of these other. We used to have the same, like King of Dirt at the track. Seeing this now, and that it's all part of a club. Yeah. I really do see that there's an opportunity to bring that back, and the old dash for cash now,
totally.
and the old tricks in the middle.
Yeah.
Bringing two sports together ties through.
Yeah. That's the man.
Yeah, the man who's made it happen.
That's him. That's
how cool is it, though?
Yeah, and speaking of him and that, I think it's, for Stromlo to have this here, this is insane, especially for the local scene and everybody that stepped up to make this happen. I hope they know that it doesn't go unnoticed. I hope they know how important this is for not only the scene, but the community in general. And to have a line that's actually legit like this too, but still very safe to hit, I think is important, because these are probably the biggest jumps that a lot of these people are probably ever going to
Dude,
hit, but
you've seen what the commotions every lap at the lander. Like, I was here yesterday commentating, and I found myself standing over here.
Yeah.
All I needed to see was this, and the stoke at the end. Like, every lap, they're like, just that full through your bike, and it's like, they did nothing.
you feel like a
They
child.
literally jumped it, you know what I mean? And then for me, that was so contagious. Like,
Totally.
it's a couple of the young kids, you know, seeing some of the guys come through, I was like getting happy tears, dude. Like, it was freaking emotional, and I think that's what makes people want to do this time and time again, and it's a testament to all the dudes who put the hard work in, because they've really nailed it, haven't they?
Totally, they nailed it, and everybody should be really proud. Everyone who's a part of this should be really proud.
Oh my God, Samuel Grace.
Yeah, this is going to bring all the pros out, so you guys are stoked, and I know the kids are stoked, so at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. We're having fun, kids are stoked, life's good. You're the man.
Well,
You're the
dude,
man.
thank you so much for
All
coming.
good.
Thanks for everything you've done helping the crew. I know you've been out here slugging away as well.
Yeah, it's been good.
Get the heck back out there and bloody enjoy yourself.
Right on, dude.
Thanks, man.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, love you guys.
Thank you. Well, that was pretty damn cool having a quick chat with Chris.
Yeah, what a bloke. I rocked up on Thursday afternoon and saw the big moving truck coming up the hill from Tyson. I said, "Oh, can I give you a hand?" And started unloading some of the wood. And a few seconds later, there's Chris Fox giving me a hand unload wood. And you go, "Wow, this guy's doing it all." He's there with Jason building the ramps, doing a heavy day Thursday and Friday. Yet still shredding on at Belco. And then here as well, Willie front flip,
So
no-hander.
perfect. I haven't seen it from the side yet. And Sash chasing him through.
And while we were talking with Chris, there was a nice little train there of Sash and young Jackson Presbury too. So the 12 and 11-year-olds lighting up the track too.
Definitely. I actually followed him through this morning at Snails. So pretty cool to get a lap with Jago.
Yeah, the kid can ride.
Definitely.
I'm lucky enough.
Oh my gosh, that was so sick. Clint was right up in the front of the cameraman. That was pretty cool.
A couple of the Perth boys coming down now. Benny Gately with the shirt off.
Oh, taking the hand off.
Hey.
Johnny Mack jugged up.
I don't know. Has Johnny been down today, or is that his first
I don't
run?
know. I think that's his first. He was exceptional on the street course. 360 hand plant over the hitching, if you want to call it.
I was up here setting up. I missed it.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
There was some heavy stuff went down, if I can be honest. So awesome to see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've got the good folk at Boost Mobile.
One second. Let me talk to the boss.
Yeah. Well, as Pete just said, speaking of Boost Mobile riders, Carolyn Buchanan there flying over the side there, and Tyson over again, which is good. Boost Mobile been fantastic with the naming rights sponsorship this year, and not only sponsoring the event, but sending plenty of riders up here to ride the track too. We just saw Carolyn Buchanan, who's riding the big wheeler there, and we're lucky enough to have another big wheel rider from Boost Mobile, one of their mountain bike team members. So we are sport for choice with Boost Mobile riders, and.
Look, jump over here. It's a face made for TV, let's be real, not radio.
And I think that's my cue to get out to the side of picture here, Pete.
Yeah, we'll get a minute. I think we'll get some cams in soon again. Do a testicle 1 2.
Hello, 1 2.
Yeah, we are good.
We're
We're
on.
on. Yes, get into it.
Sean, right?
Yes, Sean.
So she's the rider on the Boost Mobile team.
Yeah,
Down. Hell yes. That means you go super quick down jumps and probably ride.
Yeah, I actually live here, local. Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry to be a little bit unaware. Typical Queenslander blow in. Looks like there's a little bit of carnage going up the top. No, we're all good. Sorry. So listen, having this year now for you guys in your local community, what do you think's gonna? Is it going to bring a bit more? Do you think?
Sure, yeah. I think it's so special having so many people here and all brought together from all different parts of Australia.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Wow. They're mad. But yeah, I think it's so cool having so many people here at Stromlo, and yeah, it's great to see so many people just together having fun riding bikes, and ultimately that's all we love to do. So.
Now listen, obviously downhill, there's some pretty big drops, jumps, gnarly stuff. you're not just a pretty face. You're going to get out and have a go maybe in future, you think? Like,
maybe.
no pressure for today. I'm not going to be that guy, but
no,
like...
probably we'll see. I guess, it's just my off season at the moment, but it's important not to be injured. But I haven't really done that many dirt jumps before, but I guess, seeing all these guys just absolutely throw down has been kind of inspiring to maybe try one day. I'm going to say yes, but...
Hey, listen, you know what? I'm never going to be that person. we do a lot of coaching back in Brisbane, and, peer pressure is a good thing too, but knowing your limits is also
always, for sure.
a thing that just keeps you in one piece.
For sure.
So with more stuff coming, they have bigger ride lines for you out here, do you think, in lines?
Yeah, ultimately I'd love to see some more downhill stuff here, but I feel it's really sick to just see the jumps and stuff to be bigger and I guess way more work in that area, which is a good start to something. So
definitely.
Hopefully we can see kind of just more progression for all mountain biking and all things bikes, I guess, in the future.
Well, yeah, BMX for us, definitely, but I think it all kind of marries in.
For sure.
We definitely given a lot of you mountain bike guys hell today, but you're absolutely owning it. There's a lot of dudes out here that they don't look bad on the bike, and they've definitely got the moves. So, Sean, thanks so much for coming and supporting Boost Mobile here, one of our major supporters, and having a quick chat with everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you, Sian. It's wonderful to have the support of Boost Mobile and all the riders coming and having a chat. We really appreciate that as Clint Reynolds goes past now with Johnny McKellar closely behind.
S&M team,
S&M team, look at them go.
Big line there. Few in tow. And you know what's crazy? I've had a chat with a lot of the kids and the riders. So many people just stoked just to meet the dudes.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's overwhelming for guys that grow up in the woods where they don't talk to a lot of people.
Yep.
That's a trail dude thing, we are friendly people. We're not always hidden away because we don't like people, but sometimes, social anxiety, BMX is for all sorts of different types.
Yep.
And a lot of the trailheads you'll find just digging away, this is a lot of people here right now. And I have no doubt that we might be able to hopefully chat with some more of those dudes if they walk through. But
well, I did try and hit up Aria and Nate yesterday, and they said, yeah, we'll be back. But I never saw them back again yesterday, so we might have to follow through and hit them up and grab them. I'm trying to think of what my highlight of this weekend is. And I don't know there's been that many, but last night after we finished the broadcast, packed up and was driving out the car park and saw young Jackson Presbury's dad standing to the side there, who I ride with on a Thursday night quite regularly, pulled over, and beside him was the S&M team sitting down, having a beer and watching the lightning. So it's been a very pleasant half hour just sitting there,
unreal,
having a beer with some of the best riders on this planet, and not only the best riders, but some absolutely top blokes to go with it. So,
definitely. And you know what? I think there's a lot of stories like that. I told a lot of people the same. We left to come back early because I was I'm going to save my voice. Been screaming. It's always just so much fun at the BMX gig, So we headed up and found ourselves sitting up on top of the shark fin here watching the storm. And all we did is every light coming up, yelling out for Cobes, who told us was sleeping on top. And I kind of realised afterwards, I was like, that was a terrible idea. It was as relaxing as it was. Now I have no voice. But what a night. You'll get 100 of those stories from the ACT Jam.
And as we look up the hill, the hose and the watering cans are back out again. We've had a really good run here. We know with the wind and the sun that we do need to take care of this track, and we've had a good probably half hour, 40 minutes of non-stop riding. We will have a little bit of a break now, which is to keep that track water down and to keep it running as good as it has been, because it is going fantastically.
It is. There's not too much breaking up at all. A little bit you can see on the 33 there, but I feel like it might be from a little bit of carnage.
Yep.
At the end of the day, as long as it doesn't blow up too much and you ride the groove, you're in a bit of a safe place.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We might just take a little breather. We might hear a couple of words from. Yeah, we'll hear a couple of words from our sponsors. And once again, fantastic to have the sponsorship of Boost, Ben Spoke, Vans. Let's hear from them for a minute or two while we wet our whistles, get some of this dust out of our throats. And Pete, we'll be back real soon.
We will indeed.
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no house. Got my heart no. Let's try that.
You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wait the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2 we don't need a pause. Got my heart.
off and I was like, this is going to be stupid, but I got it. I got just that. Yeah. No, I just knew it. There's a moment where you're like, that Kiwi crane was the best thing I've ever seen. Following all the guys, like following the people, and like watching how they ride and pull back. I was just like, I left up here and I'm like,
Well, welcome back to our live pictures coming to you from the Stromlo Forest for the 2023 Boost Mobile Act Jam. Thank you for sticking around while we've been mooring the track. It has been an action-packed first session, and a little bit of water will just make these trails run even better again for the second session. Buckle yourselves in. We've already seen some pretty smooth moves from some pretty big name riders, and there's only going to be more to come as this goes on. So thank you to Riss and Pete for their additional help on the commentary mic here with me today. My name is Shane Darwin, and thank you to Pete and Riss. Pete is back on the mic very shortly, but he is doing a little bit of something special for us at the moment, and that is chasing up some people to speak to. So we're going to be bringing you some more interviews coming up very shortly as the camera pans to Nathan Hallahan all the way over from the US of A, one of the S&M riders, and doing an absolute crackerjack job on the watering can as well. So the rules of the trails, if you're going to ride them, you got to help maintain them. So put one here for Pete.
You watch me on land way down the bottom field. But then you still got enough speed to do this. And then
Tell you what, the support of the sponsors here is absolutely fantastic. I know we keep raving on about them, but we've just had the owner of Bent Spoke, Richard, come over and deliver us a couple of icy cold Bent Spokes to help keep the voice in tune as this broadcast goes on. So not only are they putting some money up and supporting the event, they're looking after the commentary team as well. So thank you, Bent Spoke. One of the straightforward beers, and I'll tell you what, it is straightforward. It is crisp and clean. Get them at a bottle shop near you.
another Red Bull, mate. Legend, thank you. I'm down for that one. Tom, do you want a Red Bull?
Looks like they're getting towards the tail end of the watering, which is fantastic to see. Obviously, it needs to be done, but we want the action back. We're greedy for watching some of this on-screen action.
Uncle Richard.
Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick. Pickle Rick. Shoot us a bar spin, Uncle Richard. Shoot us a bar.
Plenty of viewers dialed in from around the world too. So big shout out to those that are making some comments on the live chat. Rudsy, thank you for your comments, and big fan of the watering technique as well. So there you go. We've got Rudsy's tick of approval there. So probably for Nathan Hallahan. So good work, Nathan. And on cue, our cameras go back to him again as he's taking care of that lander for the long and low. 33 feet, I'm told, from tip to tail, so it's got some length to it, and it's got some speed to it. We heard from Chris Fox there not long ago telling us how it's got that racetrack-like speed to it, and we've seen Chris really pump through it and get some speed building into the big step up there. It comes at the end, so expect some more action off that long and low, and we've certainly had Willie lighted up there with some backies and with them some fronties over the step up, so plenty more to come from this track yet. Those viewers from overseas, I hope you're enjoying the scenery here in Canberra. Canberra is one of our inland cities, so not near the beach as much of the settled area of Australia is inland, but we're in a beautiful little setting in the mountain area, and it is picturesque, and the sun and the weather is turning it on today. We can't see them here because there's quite a large crowd, but this bike park is in a forest area where we've had kangaroos jumping around, and you come up here in the morning and there are kangaroos to help you take the tarps off, which is fantastic. They don't get on the watering can, but they do at least help with the tarps and really add to the thing. We've got all sorts of wildlife. Earlier on Friday we had the grand opening of the track, and the Sports Minister was here to cut the ribbon, and about 3 minutes after he cut the ribbon, one of our brown snake friends came across the start of the track and said hello too. So kangaroos, brown snakes, it's a bit of everything here at Stromlo Forest. Give another shout out or two to those on the chat room, and Jake Wellen from WA telling us how crazy the event is. Well, thank you for dialing in, Jake, and having a look at it. Next year, get yourself a plane ticket, get out here. There's always a good contingent of WA boys. We've seen Shane Ellis and Ben Gately and Fab having a bit of a run there earlier, so always well supported from WA. Riders from all around Australia and the world. Good contingent from New Zealand here this year as well. American friends, a couple from the UK. Becoming a bit of a global event, which is fantastic to see. I tell you what, if Canberra keeps putting on days like this, why wouldn't you get over here from wherever you are in the world?
Yeah, I got a bad hemorrhoid playing up here, boy. What? That's a good. I've drank so much good. If you want to come back around to me. Doggy! First one to crash and die win.
You held that one for us, Shane. Believe it or not, Shane, I was just talking about the WA crew. We've got a couple of guys on watching the live stream from WA, and I was talking about how there's always a good crew that come over. I mentioned yourself, and obviously Ben and Fab, who have been tearing up the track this afternoon. Great to see you back here in Canberra.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Couldn't miss this.
Yeah, for sure. And some big news for yourself in the last couple of months. Been put on the Temper team. How's that going for you?
Yeah, good actually. It's actually good to be able to ride for a company, I suppose.
Yeah.
And, Temper's Australian, and it's nothing better than.
For sure. And tell us which frame you're riding with there.
Wrath.
The Wrath, fantastic.
Yep.
And we got a signature colourway coming out anytime soon, or are we getting ahead of the cars
There's
there?
stuff in the works, in the talks, so see what happens. But I only just jumped on board with them, so happy just to have something to ride at the moment. So
fair enough. And you spent a few weeks out there injured there. How's the body feeling?
I was filming a little edit for Tempered, and then so did the ribs, and the body was feeling pretty average. But had 4 or 5 weeks off the bike, and it was right at the time that I was filming to try and make an edit for here. And so we got something halfway through filmed, but we obviously couldn't finish it off. But anyway.
Well, listen, as someone that also has got an entry in the contest, I'm really happy to hear that, mate.
No, thank you.
No. And so with the, did you get an edit together for the film comp, or it didn't come off?
No, didn't. No.
Who were you filming with over there for the thing, or was it just a solo one, or you have a few of the boys together for the contest?
It was just me, Fabio, and Ben. Yeah. But and then I'm not sure if they actually put something in, but. Yeah, we had a little video that we're trying to put together, and we're going to keep it out for something next year anyway now.
Fair enough. And how's Fabio going? I think he was off injured yesterday, was he? But back on the track
just
today,
the plane trip. We come over, we got here on Friday, so our plane was delayed, got here Friday, 11:30, tried to sleep. He had like an ear infection, as you do, just travelling.
Yeah.
But no, he's doing better now, and then I think last night he was in the mosh pit, so he obviously can't be too sore today.
No, it was really good. I saw him come down there earlier. I thought, oh, wow, that's good to see him back out on the bike, because he obviously lit up Epic last year when we were out there, and really, really great to see him back on the bike.
It's good to see more West Oz crew over here. It's sick. I love it. Fucking love it.
Yeah, listen, I think what you call some of the smaller states, Western Australia and South Australia, seem to punch above their weights with sending guys over here for ACJAM. And
couldn't miss it. 10 years. So we all had to get over. And
so we've got who did I say was dialed in from over there? It was
Ben.
Jake Whelan, I think, is dialed in watching the live stream. I don't know whether you know Jake, but
hey, Jakey.
There we go. Shout out for Jake. And the message for anyone watching the stream is pencil in the dates for 2024. When you see them, follow the Backbone page on Instagram, and once the 2024 dates are locked in,
definitely
put them down on the calendar. Tell your partner, tell your boss.
I didn't tell my partner. I just booked the ticket. I think I'll be over with my boy next year anyway. So Ziggy, watch out for him. He's 4 years old.
Yeah. And
he'll be here next year.
I'd see he'll bowl and transition a bit like yourself.
Pretty much, let him learn by himself and at his own pace.
Fantastic. Shane, I really appreciate that you taking the time to have a chat with us.
Thank you very much.
All the best, mate. Enjoy the rest of the riding afternoon.
And then a couple of drinks.
Thank you very much, Shane.
Turn it up. I'm the original get up there. Ooh.
Well, the good news is the watering cans seem to be going away. They're just waiting for the thumbs up of the course steward to give us the all clear. Expecting that any second now, and then we'll be right back into the action, which we were keen to see.
What? Do they not look normal anymore? Damn, man. What shot titles are you?
Sun just coming over the top of the trails there, about to head behind the hills, and spectacular as it goes across and really lights up that big step up at the end of the track. It is a picturesque night. This time last night we were watching the radar as a storm was building in the distance. Thankfully, tonight it doesn't look as though the dark clouds are looming just yet. So another good session to come very shortly.
Yo, that's what's happening. Boom.
Oh yeah, and the white hat. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, dude.
That's happening.
I see you've been looking after yourself for some time. The walls are shaking.
Here, mate. You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.
My heart no barging in from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no house. Got my heart no bitch.
Bit on the barrow. And then I water and
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking through those sponsor announcements, and we do appreciate the sponsors again. The track has been cleared. Anyone that was working, watering or raking has moved off it, which means only one thing. We're about to get back underway here, and we can expect the riders down any second now.
anyway, long story short, we ended up getting into it and then managed to land, which took that third place and go, stayed there. Yeah, woke up.
Thankfully, we've got some track maintenance now moved over to the little line. Hopefully they put a bit of water on there to keep this dust down and stop it blowing in our thirds. As our first riders head down the track, Johnny McKellar with the Juggalo face makeup on, leading the first train down in the yellow shirt. Sun in the background, kicking out over the shark fin. Johnny goes over the top. Riders back on the track, fantastic to see. Oh, that's short. And well saved. Young Sasha coming down again, 12 years old, and really committing and showing us how it's done. Fantastic to see that next generation of riders with Sasha and Jackson hitting this big line. Super impressive. Here comes Willie with the backflip. Couple of pumps in the backflip, followed by Tyson into the front flip, no-hander, if you don't mind. Brandon Loupos coming over next in the black shirt, still feeling his way, getting up there. And we got a nice bit of rotation there at the end. Carolyn Buchanan in the black shirt. Hand off over the long and low, 2 hands off over the step up.
Yeah, that's good. But look, watch the really shit.
He's not that bad, dude. He's actually alright.
Samuel Grace coming over the jumps now. A little bit subdued to what we saw from Samuel yesterday, where he really lit up some of the long and low and step up. Of course, sometimes we see on the Sunday the riders, well, you've got 2 options. You're either going to give it your all for the last bit, or you may be a slight bit jaded from a big Saturday night. I know there was a few that went out and had a relatively late night. Weeksy taking the foot off over the jump there, kicking it out at the end. He's got Benny Gately coming down now. Over the long and low. Yeah, just giving it a little as he goes over the step up.
Big jog of a jump. First lap, like today, I was riding you like a few times yesterday. Yeah, there was a few times.
As Mo comes down, X-upping over, tyre tapping over the long and low, and a 360. 3 jumps, 3 tricks. Shane Ellis, we just spoke to him here at the thing, and now he's getting the big foot off as he goes over the top.
Joey! Yo! Make it piss, Joe!
As we see some of the S&M riders starting to make their way down the track. Joe Simpson leading this next batch of riders. Joe sending it big.
Oh, is that Joe?
Here comes Josh Dove. What's Josh got for us? He's got a nice little backflip with Watts behind him. Tyson behind him. Superman off there from Dovey. Tyce giving a bit of a pump over the step up.
Goosey. Dude, how far? Young Jacko as well. Young Jackson's fucking.
Oh, Johnny Mack with a nice little 3 over the long and low. Followed by Sasha. Oh, spinning it both ways on the bars. A big backflip there. Into the Superman.
Here we go. Get him, Jax!
Next up down the track is another young rider, 11-year-old Jackson Presbury from up in the Newcastle area, riding for Fly Bikes. And boy, is that little Sierra Flame flying over these jumps with a handoff at the end. Chris Fox behind him. I think that's maybe Boyd Hilda behind him. And then, dipping it out at the end is Willie. And Sam Grace, I mentioned before he'd been a little bit subdued, and what does he do? He comes in and does a backflip just to let me know he's still here and still having some fun. The sun has just dipped behind the jump line now for us now, so we can see a little bit clearer as they come down the hill. Still plenty of sun on the big step up there. And thanks again to Vans, one of our major sponsors. Oh, that's a nasty crash. We might just have a track stop there for a second. Riders are okay. And he's up and all good, and the track is being cleared. A big nose case there. Thankfully, everyone okay. It is a big commitment to ride this course, and every single rider out there does so with a little bit of trepidation as we see another nose case into the long and low lander. These jumps are big. This track is fast. Oh, Haley with a backflip there. Yes. Here's Shane Ellis with a train from the west, followed by Ben and Fabio. Fabio just catching the rear tyre at the top of that one. Some of our Kirkjerk crew just made their way around the track. Jylan having his first run on the course. Pulling up before the long and low. Oh, as we got a big backflip no-hander. Oh, into a low speed 3 over there, which is great. The young rider who came off the mud caked into the helmet was how hard he hit his head there, but good to see him walking away from that one. Comes Cal again. Bit of a Melbourne-based train. Mo giving it a bit of a pump. Is he going to 3S on the way out? No, just drifting off to the side there. Joe Simpson up next over the long and low. Jason Watts, nice big backy. Josh Dove kicking it out. Tyson doing the same with Boyd with the short sleeves on there. Boyd doing a nice little 360 there to finish it off. Oh, and then losing the bike on the way past. I didn't see who that was. Their bike went one way, they went the other way, and I think we've got the all clear that he's okay. He is, he's up, which is good to see.
I said that before they were even jumping.
Not sure if it's the watering of the track or the going down in the sun or just the fact that everyone's really keen to get out there, but we've seen a few near misses. Thankfully, everyone up and walking away, which is the important thing. Here comes J-Dog down in the black shirt, going real high. Samuel Grace in the full phase, kicking it out or landing a long way down. Here's Mickey B. What's he got for us? He's thrown the bike on the 3. Blake Prin's up next. Bike out his way, thankfully. Bit of a tuck no-hander there as Clint Reynolds comes over the top now. Followed by Rain Turnbull, builder of the track, and Rain did a fantastic job as Willie just backflips that. Followed by, and backflips again. Shane Ellis getting real high. Young Jackson Presby up next. Followed by Chris Fox. Well, we are seeing some riders here today. Oh, Haley with another big backy. Here comes Fabian Ben. Oh, the big turn down there as he looks back over the shoulder. Jason, Josh sending it back over their shoulders. Bar to no-hander from Jason, and another backy there from Josh. Stand about there for us, Ron. I forgot this was... And Neil, back over to us if we can. Just wait for the go. You can hold that one.
Oi! Push through! Push through!
Well, there's plenty of action happening there behind us on the track, Ryan. Welcome. How's it feeling out there?
Mate, I'm stoked. Stoked to be here. The jumps are absolutely amazing. They've killed it on all the jumps. I was a bit scared going through like first 3 times, but now I've gone a few more, so I feel great.
Listen, I think that's a testament to how well this course has been designed. Yeah. The guys like yourself that know how to handle a big dirt jump are still a little bit scared, but you get to the end, and by God, the look on your face, it's amazing. Tell us, you've had a whiz-bang the last couple of months. You've been over doing some Nitro Circus stuff. How long were you in the country before you jumped on a plane and headed down to Canberra?
I was actually home for 3 days. Man, I had tour... I was on tour for a month in America, did 11 shows. It was epic, and then I got home like 3 days ago, and I'm seeing everyone's coming in, and I'm like, you know what, I can't miss this, you know. I wanted to come here 12 years ago, and I knocked myself out on the road trip here, so I never made it. So stoked to be here, and
So is this Act Jam number 1 for you?
Yes, this is my first ACT
there we go.
Jam, so... Sick.
This, I'm hoping, is not the first and last. I'm assuming there'll be plenty more to come.
I'll be back.
And we should give a shout out to one of your sponsors, Boost.
Yeah.
Brought you down here for this show. How's the Boost thing going?
Oh, epic! I'm stoked. I actually just did a helmet deal with them. That's why you see the helmet. Looks super nice. I'm pumped, and I'm excited to be wearing the helmet and into the next year and see what I can come up with. Well, I'm boosted.
Yeah, well, for sure. Now, 2023 has been a big year. I lost track of how many X Games gold you won. What was it, 3, 4, 5, 6? I don't know.
No, 2 golds, 1 silver.
Felt like
pretty
more.
Good, man.
But it's still very, very bloody good.
7 golds now, so I'm trying to get to 10. That's my goal.
And then, maybe chase the record after that. Well, Sean White's still got
I think 15 golds is maybe Garrett Reynolds.
Garrett and Sean may be tied still on 15. Yeah, you've got a few years left, haven't you?
Yeah, I do.
What does 2024 hold for you?
We got Nitro Circus first up in the end of January, and then hopefully a bunch of Nitro Circus shows at X Games, and then whatever else is thrown at me. I've got a mega ramp in my backyard, so we'll see what I come up with.
Speaking of Willie Land, any modifications on the go as Chris Fox pumps across that long and low? Any modifications we're going to see there, or is it just going to be much the same?
I've got some... Oh! It's crazy to see the Groms out here. But I have mega ramp quarters now, so I want to make sure I can jump those to like a landing. I've only jumped into my flat bag, and there's so many tricks I've been working on, so now I just got to figure out a quarter pipe landing, and then we're sorted.
So if anyone else out there is watching this and they're going to be entering the X Games Dirt next year, can we see some new tricks, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I even got we do this triple challenge. That was like kind of my good practice for X Games. So I think there's a lot of those next year. And then, I don't know. I need to get some jumps like this at Willerland, I think. But the guys here it takes a lot of passion to make jumps this good. So, sorry, yelling
that's
in the mic.
That's all good.
It is wild here.
It is wild here. Now, after this, we're heading down to the handlebar for the video contest. Did you get a video film for this this year?
I do not have a
Well,
video
there you
film.
go. The rest of us may still have a chance, which is good.
I should have saved one. I didn't even know I was going to make it here, but I'm stoked to be here.
No, good stuff. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Let's go.
I'll let you get back out to the track because you look like you're having fun out there.
I'm going to send a double flip.
There we go. You heard it here first. There is a double flip coming up. Do not leave your channel. We'll be seeing that very shortly. There we go. Ryan Williams, Willie, talking to us there. Thank you to Boost for bringing Ryan down. As you heard, he only had 3 days in the country before he was on a plane down to Canberra. And absolutely frothing ACJAM, as well you should, because this is the place to be this time of year. The action's coming thick and fast. S&M boys there. Nathan Hallahan now on the bike. We saw him watering there before, finishing up that train there.
Busting some dance moves on there.
As we watch the riders come down, I'm keeping one eye out for Ryan and that double backflip. This sounds exciting as Josh Dove's coming down now. Plenty of speed into that. What's he going to do for us? He goes with a backflip. Jason following with the decade. Woo. Oh, last rider there, struggling to find the pedals, but got him on at the last second, which is important. And the decade from Jason, one of his signature moves, one of my favourite tricks to watch as well. So great to see him. Well, the boost rider's coming thick and fast. Brandon Loupos is going to join us shortly, followed by Carolyn Buchanan. And if there's some sort of miracle, maybe we even get Josh Dove later. But that would take a fair bit of divine intervention. Oh, Will Kerr letting it all out over that big jump. Will rode this line for the first time yesterday, and those of you that know Will know he has his own trails out at Valley View and Young, and he is a dirt dog from way back, yet the look on his face when he cleared this line for the first time was priceless, and you've just seen it again there today. He is stoked. This course is a joy to ride. Full shout out to Rain for Rain Turnbull, who on cue is just coming down, the second rider in this train ahead of Tyson, for building a course that is just riding so fantastically and giving so much enjoyment. As I'm seeing the silhouette of young Jackson Presby coming over the top of the hill there, pumping through the waterfall into the long and low. Is he going to get a hand off, a foot off? No, he's going to give us a nice little whip. Plenty of C's from that young man. Samuel Grace giving a couple of cranks before sending a backflip. We've got bars one way, the other way from Fabio. Oh, Whitey's got the hands off. Fantastic. He's been a little bit worried by the long and low and just how long it is. And great to see him getting some confidence there and taking the hands off as he went over that time.
Just sit down. Okay.
I think we've got Willie coming down the track, so we'll keep the camera on this rider here if we can, because this is Ryan Williams, who's going to do a front flip no-hander. So we haven't seen a double backflip yet, but we did just see a front flip no-hander. And there's not many riders in the world that could do that over this jump. Willie is one of them. And how good is it to have him here this year doing such amazing stuff. Nathan Hallahan over the top with Ari Levinson back on the bike with Clint. It's an S&M train with a bit of fly thrown in there from Dovey. Oh, the steez on Dovey. Unreal. The foot off. Really cranking it round. Jason Watts coming down the hill next, giving us a little bit of a double cam, I think, over one of the higher jumps. He's pushing into this step up. What's he got for us? Oh, the extension on the foot. Brandon Loupos tricking it there with a backflip. Brandon's been good enough to come and join us in a minute too, which will be fantastic to hear from him. Coming back off a couple of injuries. We'll ask him all about that shortly.
Hold your head to Sean, don't hit me no more. Jay, Joel.
Oh, as the Bari 360 went wrong at the top there.
Damn, man.
Tyson Jones-Penny coming down now with a... Oh, actually, no, sorry, probably this is Will Kerr. I misread the helmet. Weeks it behind him. Here's Tyson now with the long sleeves on. Smile on his face every time he's on this bike. Shane Ellis into J-Dog. Boys sending it plenty of height from this crew. Blake Print, as there's a rider off brakes. Blake's seen him. Oh, Mo's gone in with a 360. I hope everyone's right at the back there. Sasha coming over the jump there, spinning him both ways on the bars. 12 years old, can you believe it? Plenty of cheers. We can't see it from our cameras, but there's a rider who's made it for the run for the first time, I think, at the back, and plenty of cheers coming off the back as Ben Gately kicks it out there for us. Samuel Grace with the big tuck no-hander over the long and low into a bar spin. Here comes Chris Fox. What's Chris got for us? Well, Chris has got plenty of style on that. Fabio with a nice little table out the shark fin there. Really, really stylish. Well, BMX, there's a lot of DIY in BMX, digging your own jumps, doing all that sort of stuff. We've got commentators who are also camera operators just running over there to change our settings on the camera, so sorry for the bit of dead air there. We are back live now, though. And a big shout out again to Bar TV for all they're doing with the coverage here today, getting some fantastic shots as Jylan, one of the Kirk crew, sending it over the long and low for his first time. And good enough to give us a no-hander on the way out too, as Will's over once more. Here comes Willie, I think, is it? What's he got for us? There's one backflip. There's one more backflip. So we haven't got the double quite yet. But he was, you could hear through the effects mic there, he was looking for it. He just didn't quite feel it on that particular run. So it will come. Just getting a feel for the speed. Obviously, if you're going to commit to a double backflip on a jump like this, you've got to be really ready for it. And everything's got to be going your way. Jason Watts and possibly, Shane Ellis coming down by. No, I'm not sure who's coming in second there. It is Shane Ellis. Jason Watts just tilting it backwards. Fantastic. There's a backflip from Brandon Loupos into another backflip. Fantastic. Chris Fox, Jackson Presby, Rain Turnbull. It's all happening. And here comes Blake Prince to round out this train. Yeah, laying it low. What a nice little tape there to finish things off as the next train. You tell you what, there's barely a second to breathe here as one train goes into another train, goes into another train. Oh, Mo kicking it out. Young Sasha following up there. And looking good too. Samuel Grace just coming around the shark fin. What's he got for us over the step up? Oh, yeah. Nice little backy. And thanks to Jack Kay, who said it's Cooper Wilson doing the runs with Sam Grace. Thank you. I didn't know you. I didn't pick Cooper there, so a big shout out to Jack for pointing that out for us. And also looking at some of the comments, Ruddsy's been very, very busy on the comments there, and he's confirmed he's going to be here next year. And big shout out to the rest of you too. If you're not here this year, get yourself sorted for next year. We're going to give you plenty of notice when the event's coming. Book it off. Get yourself down here or up here, depending where you're from. Here comes Joe Simpson from S&M leading this train down, followed by, one-hander there with Nath Hell behind him and Clint Reynolds. Aria just giving us a little bit of a whip over the long and low, and then a big Superman there over the step up. S&M boys having a hoot out there. Once again, thank you to Chris and all the S&M team for sending the boys out here. Really great bunch of guys, very accommodating. They've been, I don't know, they would have lost track about how many signatures they've been asked for, and they've been more than willing to help out every single time. Really great bunch of guys, and also to Stu Johnson, who's been on the camera the whole time too. I've seen him for the last 4 or 5 days. I think every time I've seen him, there's been a camera in his hands as he's behind the lens. Jylan pulling a big one-hander over the back there. Benny Gately now coming through. Went a little bit long on that one, had to steady himself. Tyson Jones-Penny showing us a 3 at the top end of the course. What's he got for us over the long and low? He goes long, and is he going to give us another 3 here? No, he's not. We've got Willie coming back down the run now. Are we going to see the double backflip this time around? Here we go. We've got 1. We've got 1, 2. There it is, folks. The double backflip. The double. I think that was Brandon Loupos behind him. We might get that back on the replay if we can, because not only did we get the double backflip, we got the double backflip with Willie in front and Brandon Loupos behind him. And I tell you what, the crowd that saw that has gone bananas. It's a funny way the course is designed as we're seeing the replay there now. That is outstanding. That is a great bit of work from the boys from Boost there. Oh, and we've had someone off here, but he's okay. The bike went one way, he went the other way. Jackson Presby jumping over the bike. Why not? Chris Fox pumping through the long and low. Pulling back. Harrison Fuller there giving us a 3. Blake Prince. No, sorry, there's Blake there. I don't know who. I've lost before. These riders are coming so fast, it's hard to keep up. Crowd getting plenty vocal. This is Brandon Loupos here now with a big flip. Maybe that wasn't him before on the double. I missed who it was. Oh, 720 over the step up. Here comes Whitey. We saw the no-hander from him before. He pulled it in. He didn't know what to do with it after that as he hunts the bars over the step up. Tell you what, Fabio Canetti's tables off the shark fin have probably been the best on ground for up that part of the course as he finishes with a little 360. Oh, someone's nose-cased the shark fin there. He's okay and cleared the course, thankfully. A little shaken, but he'll sit it off on the side there. Well enough to get off the side of the course, and the riders have stopped for just a second. We're going to get our breaths back too. Won't be long because he is off to the side, but they will just hold everyone up for just a second. As we've talked about earlier in the coverage, it does take a lot of commitment to get yourself through this line, and you've got to pay to play, and we've all had incidents like that, and hoping he's back up and riding again real soon. Now we're just looking at the replay there on the screen of our double backflips. That was really something to see. Very impressive there, the two riders. Really was first. I'm not sure whether it was Brandon second or who that was, but it was a brilliant little set of the double backflip. Really lighting the course up for us, which was great. Thank you for bearing with us there, folks. We've just got a little bit of a stoppage after that crash. The rider is off the course, but certainly okay, but not as mobile as maybe you'd like to be. So we'll just wait for him to be cleared before we do any more runs. As we look over the suburbs of Canberra, this town has been really well designed. Nothing ever seems more than about 15 minutes away, and we're overlooking towards the city there. We can't quite see the city centre from here, but certainly from where we were earlier today at the street track, overlooking Black Mountain, overlooking the Parliament House. It was a picturesque little setting, and as the sun sets on the hills here, we've got shadows up front and the sun in the background. It is a classic summer's evening, and we are really being treated to a great night and some great entertainment on the track as well. So the good news being that rider is clear, and once we get the track open again, hopefully we've got a little bit more action from the riders. Yeah, I was just boost we're going to get. Oh. The riders are back now. The course has been cleared. The on-course announcer has just said this is the final session. So if you got something to send, boys, send it, was his exact message. So buckle yourselves in. We've got about 10 or 15 minutes left of coverage. So you're going to get some action in that 10 minutes. That is for sure. Fingers crossed we might even get a chat with Brandon Loupos before that 10 minutes is out as well. As Weeksy, we saw him exit the bike there earlier, but that time staying on and not a problem in the world. Mo with another big three there. Mo performing very well in the bar last night and performing well on the track here today as well, as Jason Watts heads this train with Jackson Presbury second. Jason sending the big three. Clint Reynolds over the long and low there to finish off this train with a nice little three tape. Thank you very much. Nathan Hallahan. Aria Tyson with the big 360 as well. He's warming up now. Watch out, because I think this could be Willie coming again, is it? It is. What's he got for us this time? He's got the backflip into the front flip tuck no-hander. Loves these big jumps, and now he's got himself dialed in. He is on fire. As Whitey makes his way down the course once more in the red shirt, repping the backbone tee. There's that tuck no-hander we looked for last run down. This time nailing it. Really nailing it. That was a beautiful little demonstration. There's been talk on the live chat on the stream of someone sending a cannonball. I don't know whether we can see a cannonball, but you never know. And a big shout out to everyone that has been following us on the live stream today. Appreciate there's been some breaks in the coverage as we've had to water the track and stop for injuries, and really appreciate everyone sticking around and having a bit of a look at what this contest has got to offer. course, if you are wondering who's winning, the answer to that is everyone. This is a free ride expression session. It is just get out there and have some fun, and that's what Act Jam is all about. It's about BMX riders, no matter the age, just getting there and having some fun. And looking at the smiles of those coming down the track and those standing on the side of the track, there is certainly plenty of fun being had. Of course, Act Jam itself runs across the 3 days of the weekend, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. It's not just at the dirt jumps here. We've had some action out at Belconnen Skate Park on the Friday night. Bit of bowl, bit of box jump, bit of rail session as well. And then, of course, we've hit the trails the last 2 nights. And during the... here comes Brandon Loupos. Big 3 there and a big smile. I don't know what was bigger, the 360 or the smile on his face as he hit that.
I will brick your car, and I will sex you.
Well, don't need to say much when riding like that is going past. The pictures say it for themselves.
I will brick your car. Remember Lethal Weapon? Remember Lethal Weapon where he does that? He changes up and stuff to the guys out. Yeah, wide, he got it done.
One hand, 1 foot, just letting it all hang out there.
You had so much you were
Sammy
like,
Grace on track now, followed by possibly Shane Ellis trying to make out the silhouette. There's Sammy Grace up first. What's Sammy got for us? And is Shane Ellis... Sammy really letting it hang. Shane Ellis taking the feet off. Ellis Airlines is what's been posted on the chat there. Here comes Willie again. Flip number 1. And front flip, bike flip. That is a trick that can be done by very few people in the world. And we have just seen this over the step up here at Act Jam. We will get that one up on the replay for you because that was an absolute belter. Willie is owning this track. Prince coming down now. Coming in fast. Not sure which way to tilt it there, I think. But he got over the edge.
Hey, we go. Sean and that one button, he like started talking gibberish. Is that where I was, right? What, Sean? What did you say? Uncle Richard is on the dance floor, like.
There's a 360 over the end there. As Cody Pollard just walks past our commentary area, he has taken the riding helmet off. He's going to watch these final few minutes. There is only 1 or 2 minutes left before we finish up this stream. Thank you all for joining us. We might try and get one final word from someone if we can, but we will be finishing up very shortly. And then a big shout out to everyone that's been here from the start. Jack, thank you. I know you've been here from the first call and appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed the entertainment. And the crowd is loving these young guys. Sasha really just up and back, up and back.
It's a weird jump, hey. I don't know, like a big fly out and just go down a big grass hill. That's what it feels like. Yeah! What was that? How do you do that?
S&M boys at it again. Oh, Harvey putting the no-hander, and I don't know how long that was for. I think we measure that no-hander in minutes, not seconds, not milliseconds. He was really letting it hang. Some of these guys must be running back up the hill. They are getting in lap after lap after lap. And why not? This course is running magnificently. Brandon Loupos has just done a 360 bar over jump number 4 as he heads through the shark fin. Here he is, big backflip, and I mean a big backflip into another one. Fantastic. And, the front flip there again from R. Willie with the bike. He is an absolute spectacle. And thankfully, it looks as though we might have Brandon Loupos going to come over and have a quick word to us to finish off the coverage. He's just being marshalled at the top end of the jump there after sending a big backflip. We'll keep our eyes on the track for another minute while Brandon makes his way across. And Neil... Hey, Brandon. G'day.
How you going?
All right. Hold on to that one for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen watching on the live stream. I mean, maybe come this way a little bit so we can still see the action in the background. It'd be fantastic.
I don't want to stand in their way, so can they see the jump?
They can see the jump.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. Now, Brandon, you must have just jumped off a plane and then come straight to the track, did you, today?
Yeah.
How have you got here?
Well, yesterday I was in the Gold Coast competing at a C1 to qualify some points to go to Paris Olympics. And, yeah, got jumped on a flight this morning. Landed this morning, built my bike, came out here and joined the fun with everybody.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Now, firstly, I didn't see what happened in the C1 yesterday. I've been tied up here at ACJAM. How'd you go?
Yeah, got third place. Not bad, after the year I've had. I've only been riding for 3 weeks post my elbow surgery. I'm 11 weeks post-op for my elbow, so to jump in, I can't even get my elbow straight yet, and to go in and get a third against some of the best riders in the country is definitely, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
And to see how close I can be in such a short amount of time is also give me confidence as well.
Well, it's probably worth pointing out it's not just the elbow, it's the back of 2 knee reconstructions as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 knee reconstructions. I lost track, 2.
Yeah, 2. So, I've had 3 knee ops, but 2 reconstructions. One of them was keyhole to get rid of meniscus because the meniscus is gone. But, yeah, 3 knee operations and broken elbow within 18 months.
And I think you'd spoken to Tice last year in a podcast and just before ACJAM and didn't make it down to that one. There was a clash of things there. Down this year, which is fantastic to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's my first ACJAM. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think it's Ryan's first ACJAM as well. So shout out to Boost for bringing both you and R. Willie down because, there's some real talent hitting us on the screens today. We saw a big backflip there on that last run down into another big backflip over the long and low here. Looked like you had to stop for a cup of tea. You were in the air that long, having just cruising through there. It was magic to see. How's the bike feeling, and where to from now in regards to preparation for the Olympics?
No, first off, the jumps are fun. I'm having such a good time here, and thank you to Boost Mobile for flying us down and having a good time with everybody, and also sponsoring this historic event. It's well beyond due, my first ACJAM. I know it's pretty crazy. Being Australian and only, this is my first time here. It's well overdue. So I'm excited to be here riding with everybody and joining the madness. But what's past here is I got another event in Adelaide, which I'm doing in 2 weekends at the Adelaide 500 at the V8 Supercar race. and that'll pretty much close off the year. And then 2024, let's hope we can go to the big show and put on a big show and come away with a good result.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you, Brandon, because I know when you are on fire, you are world's best, up there with Logan and whatever else. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you. Hopefully you get through those qualifiers and get yourself there. We are going to wrap up the coverage here today. Big shout out to Brendan for joining us here at the end. Big shout out to Boost for sponsoring this event. This has been the Boost Mobile 2023 Act Jam. It's been a pleasure hosting this for you. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage at home, and get yourself here next year. Put it in the calendar, get in early, and thanks very much. We'll see you later.
See you guys.
Brandon, you're a legend. Thanks, mate.
Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, we don't need a pause. Got my heart, no bitch.
I see you've been looking after yourself for some time. The walls are shaking.
Here, mate. You stick to peers, I'll stick to bikes.
Feels like the voice of who really wants to.